Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal and welcome to the match reaction for Arsenal's 4-0 loss away to Liverpool. I feel like I've said that almost 7 or 8 times. Yes, maybe before not the channel wasn't there back then, but the 4-0, the 5-1s, the 4-1s, it's becoming too much now. Literally the last 10 years, every time we go there, we lose by 4, we lose by 5, we lose by 6. We always lose. We always lose by a lot of goals. So this is a bit of a reality check. Let me know if you can hear me well. Let me know if you can hear any background noise. I still have the TV on. I should have probably reduced the volume, but hard reality check, man. I did predict I predicted a 2-2, but that was just basically hard before reality. I did expect us to concede 3 goals as usual. They've scored a minimum of 3 goals against us under Klopp. They always score 3 or 4 goals or 5 goals. It's always happening. So I'm not surprised. So let me know what you made of the game. If you're watching on YouTube, I did put a poll in the community tab. And also in the chat, let me know what you made of the game. Make sure to vote. And if you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button and let me know what you made of the game. That was a tough test. And yeah, we failed it miserably. We failed it miserably. Like it was a tough test. The funny thing is, the game was 0-0 in the 40th minute, and I was feeling so good. You know, the game is still 0-0, 39 minutes gone, still 0-0. Yes, they have a free kick, but if we can get to halftime 0-0, then in the second half, all you need is really one chance, and you're still in the game. Even if they score, even if they score first, they score second, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can still get a goal, stay in the game, but yeah, a lot of individual mistakes, and that is why I told you guys I wanted the back 5. I never thought Tavares was ready to go up against Salah and Trent on that wing. I never thought you were ready to go up against their midfield with LOKONGA. That is why I wanted a 5 at the back. That is why I wanted a 5 at the back. You could tell as well that Partey wasn't 100% fit. We were almost basically forcing him to play that game, unfortunately. So it wasn't the perfect time to play Liverpool at all, especially after they lost their last game. Not the best time to play Liverpool. If we actually had the choice of choosing when we wanted to play against Liverpool, I'd say what? Let's play Liverpool at the end of the season. The last 2 games of the season, home and away, let's play them then, because this is a game I hate. I did tell you guys a couple of weeks ago, the 3 games I usually hate every single season is Liverpool away being first, City away being second, and usually Chelsea away being third. We've improved a bit the last few years against Chelsea, but Liverpool, Man City, home and away, it's usually the same. And especially at Anfield, it's usually a messed up situation. So let me know, make sure to vote, and let me know what you made of the game as we get to the lineup. Let's get to what the lineup was. Again, that is why I told you guys I wanted a back 5. A back 4 cannot work against Liverpool. Yes, other teams can get results, but I don't know. That was our lineup. We had Ramsdale in goal. We had a back 4 of Tavares, Gabriel, White, and Tomiyasu. We had Partey and LOKONGA in midfield, LACAZETTE as the number 10. In behind Aubameyang, we also had Smith on the left and Saka on the right. So that was our lineup. With this lineup, everyone has to work 150%. You need Partey 100% fully fit Partey in that midfield, working and operating very, very hard. He didn't today because he wasn't 100% fit. You need LOKONGA to play the best game of his life. You need Ramsdale to play his best game of his life. You need Tavares to cut out Salah. You need Tomiyasu to cut out Mane. You need the back 2 to take care of Jota, to take care of Thiago and any other players making the run. You need Aubameyang and Lacazette to score any chances they get. We didn't get a lot, to be fair. You need Smith and Saka to come back and help Tomiyasu and Tavares. You need them to go forward. But, I mean, it didn't work out. The first 40 minutes was actually good. They did have a few shots, but Ramsdale dealt with them a lot. So for me, I wouldn't have gone with this formation. I'd still have gone with the back 5. On the bench, we had Leno, Cedric, Tierney, Holding, Niles, Elneny, Odegaard, Pepe, and Martinelli. So that is what we went for, and this is what I would have gone for. With this, I felt like you'd have had Tierney, Gabriel, White, Tomiyasu, Tavares. This would have been more solid with Partey, LOKONGA, and then just the 3 forward players. Because if I ask you, less Lacazette played today, but did he really get any chances to score? He didn't get any chances to even hold up the play because they had most of the possession. So that is what I would have gone for personally. Those 5 at the back, just defend, try and defend. Because when you open up to Liverpool fans did say this the other day, we really love playing Arsenal. Why? Because they always try and score against us and they leave a lot of spaces for Salah, they leave a lot of spaces for Mane. And that happened again, especially in that second half. How many times do you see Salah by himself? I was screaming at my TV, why is Salah by himself again? Tavares, he isn't a bad player, but is he ready to deal with Salah? He isn't. LOKONGA is not a bad player, but is he ready to go up against Thiago, who has won several Champions Leagues? Is he ready to go up against Thiago? I mean, I don't think so. I don't think he's ready to go up against Fabinho and those kind of players. So it was basically, I think we threw LOKONGA and Tavares in a very deep end. I wouldn't have suited them personally. I would have gone for maybe Niles and Partey, or if LOKONGA is playing player back five, I would have started Tavares, but with Tierney on that side. I would have gone for back five, but I mean, it didn't work out. The funny thing is that the first 40 minutes we actually did well. I don't even understand why it all went wrong. It's like it's a mental, it's like a curse. It's like a mental thing. Like every time we concede one goal to Liverpool or to City, we just capitulate and concede 2, 3, 4. And then the other sad thing is that it's not the same manager. It's different managers. It's different players. It's different seasons. It's different years. Like, why do we always end up conceding the same goals? Because it's been under Wenger, it's been under Emre, it's been under Teta, it's been with Mustafi, it's been with Ben White, it's been with Koscielny, it's been with Salah, with Sturridge, with Suarez. Like, so many different players of theirs always score a bunch of goals against us. And you wouldn't be surprised to hear Salah scored against us again. You wouldn't be surprised to hear that Mane scored against us again. You wouldn't be surprised to hear that Jota scored against us again. But yeah, let's go into the game. The first half, what did I want to see? As I said, call me park the bus, Glenn, whatever, but I wanted us to just remain defensively solid first. Don't let them have too many opportunities. You know they're going to have the possession. Obviously, they're at home. We know they're going to have shots. I did say yesterday in the most important players video, I did mention Ramsdale as number one, as the most important player, because however good our defense has been, they are still going to go through. They are still going to get chances against Ramsdale, and he had to be at the top of his game. I think he was in the first half. The set piece, I'd kind of blame Aubameyang for giving away a free kick in that position. You don't do that with Trent there. You definitely do not do that. And the defending as well, who are playing such a high line in the free kick. When Trent is taking the free kick, that is just not advisable. You don't play such a high line when you're playing against Liverpool. It's way too dangerous. It's way too dangerous. And we saw it yet again. But even at that stage, Liverpool have scored. The game is not over. It's still 1-0 in the second half. All you need to do is just defend well, stay solid. If they have to score a second goal, let them score at the end of the game. It's fine. 2-0 would have taken it. Most of us, 2-1 would have taken it. But you also need to create a couple of chances, and yeah, we did it. So let's start at the beginning of the game. In the 3rd minute, Ben White lost the ball. In the 3rd minute, again, I did mention it in the most important players video. I did say Ben White is going to be important in terms of pushing us with the ball forward. He did try that, but he lost the ball. Why? Because Liverpool are very, very magnificent at pressing. In that second half, they literally bullied us with that press. We could not keep the ball for more than 5 seconds, 6 seconds. They were pressuring us. We were making mistake after mistake. And to be fair, it wasn't even Gabriel making the mistakes. It wasn't even Tomiyasu making the mistakes. It wasn't Ramsdale making the mistakes. It was the young players, the players I was a bit doubtful about, Tavares and LOKONGA in this game. They've been playing well, but this is a whole different challenge. This is a whole different challenge. So Ben White was pushing with the ball back. He lost it, and that was a warning. That was a warning of, you know what, you can't do that against Liverpool. We are not Watford. We are not Leicester. You can't do that against us. That is the first warning. Salah did shoot it off target, and that was the first warning. Again, in the 18th minute, we lost the ball again twice in our own area. Twice again, giving them chance after chance after chance. Ramsdale had to save us several times in that first half, and that was because of losing the ball. So a question for you guys, why do you think we were losing the ball? Is this because they were just pressuring us way too hard, or is it because of Arsenal's own doing? Do you think we would have done better in those situations while we were making mistakes? Did you want us to just clear the ball? Did you want us to try something different? Or were you like, you know what, I think it's just hard to beat the press. Let's just try and keep the score down. That is what happened. We lost several balls in the first half. Ramsdale had to make that save from Thiago. What a save. He also had to make that save from Mane again. What a save, that rebound. He had to make that save from Salah. What a save again from Salah. That should have been 1-0 by then. It should really have been 1-0. But Ramsdale again was at the top of his game. He wasn't this happy, but at least he was. He actually was. He actually was smiling after he was making those saves. I like that attitude and that fun attitude from Ramsdale. He doesn't go. he isn't depressed. He isn't those depressed types. You've seen over the years, the moment you concede 1 and 2, Leno's head goes down, Almunia's head goes down, but he isn't like that, Ramsdale. And I was quite worried when he went down with an injury because he has to be there for our games. Yes, we lost to Liverpool, but the next games now become very important. I put out a poll 2 weeks ago asking you guys how many points will we take away from the 15 points. It was, I think you guys voted for between 11 and 13, I think, which meant you expected at least one loss, which makes the next 4 games, especially the home games, Newcastle and Southampton, we not only need to win by 1 goal or 2 goals, the 4 goals they've conceded today, I want them back next week against Newcastle immediately. You need to bounce back from that. That's the only way we can forget about this game. A part of me kind of feels we should really have been playing on Wednesday. I would have preferred us playing on Tuesday or Wednesday just to forget about this game. I would have preferred us having a game next on Tuesday or Wednesday, not on Saturday next week. We are playing the first game next Saturday. But anyway, in the 31st minute, in the 30th minute, LACAZETTE actually did score a goal, but it was offside, definite offside. The Liverpool players had stopped play. But at that moment, I was feeling like, you know what? Well, we're actually getting a few chances to counter-attack. Ramsdale is doing his job at the back. Salah is a bit quiet. Mane is a bit quiet. Yes, we're making our own mistakes. That's how they're creating their chances. They've not really dribbled past us. They've not really dominated us from corners or anything like that. So I was still feeling a bit confident. And then Arteta started fighting against Klopp. And I think that's basically hyped up Liverpool. After that fight between Klopp and Arteta, Liverpool dominated us for the entire game. The rest of the game, it's like they're telling us, oh, you feel big now at Anfield, huh? Let's go 4 against you guys again, just to show you, to put you guys in your place once again. To be fair, they did. I don't know. I feel like that fight was pointless. I think I was asking for a free kick or a red card, and Klopp was like, no, that is too soft or something like that. I did like to see such kind of energy from the manager. We did see to that with Arsene Wenger and Mourinho back in the day, but that was not it. I was still feeling confident at 5th minute, still 0-0. Can we do the impossible? Can we take the lead? I'm telling you, if we took the lead in that game, I would have brought in Leno. Let's have 2 goalkeepers on the pitch. Let's have 2 goalkeepers on the pitch. Bring in Cedric. Take out all the attackers just to defend. You have to give Liverpool their respect, man. I was surprised with you guys' replies in the comment section and in the polls. Let's play a back 4. Let's just go for it. These guys are European champions in the last 2 years. They've won the Premier League in the last 2 years. You have to be really careful. The teams that usually get results against Liverpool, like West Ham, to be fair, West Ham has been really good this season. The other teams that get results against Liverpool, you have to have a lot of luck in that game. Your goalkeeper has to be at the top of his game. You have to make no mistakes at all. The strikers, the likes of Salah, Firmino, Jota, Mane, they have to be not doing well on that day to miss chances and all that. Very many things need to go your way. And in the first half, I felt like they were going our way. But we did give away that silly free kick from Aubameyang, and he gave Trent a chance to cross the ball. You're going to be in trouble. And yeah, Mane gave them the lead. That is the 7th goal Mane has scored against us for Liverpool. 7th goal. I think he scored another 2 at Southampton against us. He always scores against us. Like, if you have the energy and courage to go and look on YouTube at Liverpool's games against Arsenal the last 5 years, like, Mane always scores from the same position. It's Socrates marking him. It's Mustafi marking him. It's Gabriel or Ben White marking him. But he's always scoring against us. Always, always, always. 7 goals against us now. I hate this fixture. I hate this guy. I hate everyone at Liverpool. I mean, I feel like it's time to just cancel the Anfield fixtures. Anytime we are going to play at Anfield, just cancel the game. Let's just go to the next game because it's always going to be a loss. So LOKONGA also took a shot in the 42nd minute. We picked up the game. The moment they scored, we did have a spell for 2 minutes, which we kind of did well. We kept the score at 1-0. Smith Rowe also had an attempt, but listen, halftime 0-0. What were you guys thinking at halftime? Are you still thinking we could have a chance in this game? Were you guys thinking, no, it's over, let's just try and keep the score down? I don't think we'll score. How are you guys feeling at halftime? Are you still confident we'd get something from this game? At halftime, I knew Liverpool still get the 2nd goal because our keeper had saved really many shots, a lot of shots. But I still felt like we could make the game tight, maybe a 2-1 or something. We didn't have that many chances in the first half, but all you need is a corner from Sama or Aubameyang going through their defense or something. But that didn't happen. We didn't make any subs at halftime, and we kept it the same. And yeah, in the 46 minutes, Smith Rowe did have an attempt. Their keeper saved it. LOKONGA did have a terrible second half. I've literally written it down here. I've written down 4 LOKONGA mistakes in the space of 20 minutes in the second half. He was consistently giving the ball away, and you cannot do that against Liverpool. You saw Ramsdale making that mistake against Watford 2 weeks ago where he gave away the ball, but Josh King missed it. In that match reaction, I did say, next time against Liverpool, you cannot make those mistakes. Lokonga cannot give away the ball in midfield. Tavares cannot give away the ball. Benoit cannot give away the ball because this is Liverpool. They'll score. Before today, Liverpool had scored 31 goals in 11 games. 31. The Premier League. They have scored another, I think, 13 goals in the Champions League. This is the Liverpool side who have scored 5 against United, could have been 8. They've scored 3 goals against Atletico Madrid, I think, away from home. They scored another 2 or 3 against them at Anfield. They put 5 past FC Porto. This is the Champions League. This is not the Carabao Cup, by the way. They scored 5 against Watford. We saw what Watford did to United today. They've put 4 past Leeds. So Liverpool score a lot of goals. If we give them 1-2 chances, they'll score 1 or 2 goals. They won't miss those chances. So Lokonga kept on giving away the ball, 48th minute, 49th minute. But we did survive. We did survive again. Ramsdale making a save, Salah, poor touch and all that. Now, what are we thinking the 50th minute? I was like, no, don't play from the back, at least for 5-10 minutes. Don't play from the back. Just clear the ball. Take away the pressure for the next 10 minutes. Let's see how it goes until the 60th minute. Tavares does so well on the left side and he gives away a ball again. You don't do that against Liverpool. Liverpool are already good enough. They don't need you to give them the goals. They're already good enough to create their own goals. You don't go ahead to give them the goals again. You don't do that. You don't do that, man. And Tavares did that. And what composure from Jota. That goal was dirty. That goal was disrespectful, what he did to us with that goal. The composure he had just going past, I think it was Tavares or something, going past Gabriel, going past Ramsdale. That finish, very, very composed. And again, Jota scoring against us again. So Jota scored 5 goals against Arsenal. That is the most he has scored against anyone in his Premier League career. Is that a surprise? No. Tavares gifting him the goal again. Someone who always scores against Arsenal. Jota, Mane, Salah, I hate playing against these guys. I think between them, they have like 20 goals and like 10 assists against Arsenal. It's crazy. Like they always perform against us. Even if they go 10 games without scoring, they'll always score against us. So we didn't need that, especially immediately after the second half. We did not need Tavares to do that. If we keep it at 1-0 and they add a second goal after hard work, hard game, hard test, that is fine if we lose 2-0. But giving them the goal that early in the second half, the moment the second goal went in, yeah, I feared the worst. I thought, yeah, we are going to try and score. We are going to leave more gaps. It's going to be 3, it's going to be 4, it could be 5 yet again. Yet again, because it's been 5 and 4s the last 10 years consecutively. And from there, we didn't have, Aubameyang did have a chance in the 64th minute, a good save from Alisson from a bit of a tight angle. We took off LACAZETTE, brought in Odegaard in the 65th minute. Ramsdale also had to make that save against Jota in the 68th minute. Again, another Ramsdale save, what a player. He's been fantastic for us. And the 74th minute, we let Salah score yet again against Arsenal. Some good touches, some good passes, and they opened us apart, definitely. Mane had the space and he crossed it for Salah, and it was game over. At this point now, 3-0, it is getting to those kind of scorelines we didn't want. When it gets to 3-0, you start fearing the worst. You could even add the defender just to stop it because it was now getting worse. I don't know why you always do that. So can someone make me understand? How do we always, the moment you concede 1, it's always 2, 3, 4? Always, like the last 10 years, always. Is it the fear that we have? Is it just these teams have been better than us the last 10 years? What is it? What is the reason for us always doing so well the first 40 minutes? And then the moment a team scores the first goal, we are done for. Against Liverpool, Man City, it's always the same way. The moment City always do it differently. City always score against us the first 5 minutes and it's game over. But why? Why do we always concede early against these teams? If we don't concede early, the moment they score 1, it's going to be 2, 3. So I've put a poll in the chat asking why is it always so hard at Anfield. I've asked is it the options are, is it just because they're better than us? Second option is we always go there with fear. And the third option is I don't know. Let's just move on from this game. Let me know if you're watching on Facebook as well. Why is Liverpool always beating us at Anfield by that scoreline? Is it because they're just better than us? Is it because you always go there with fear? Or you just don't understand just like I do? Because for me, I don't understand. In the 75th minute, Partey did have a trial from a shot. What a shot it was. Good attempt. If he keeps on doing that, one of those shots is going to go in finally. Eventually, one of those goals is going to go in. So that was a good shot from Partey. Did very well from that. But from that, again, they made a couple of subs. They brought in a guy who looked like he's 10 years of age, just disrespecting Arsenal. And Minamino, I didn't even see him coming on, and he scored within 5 seconds of the first touch, and he scored. And yeah, 4-0 yet again. The first half, I'd say it went how I was hoping it was going to go the first 40 minutes. They literally scored against us between the 40th minute and the 80th minute. 4 goals between the span of 40 minutes. They scored 4 goals. Before that and after that, they didn't do anything. So it was very sad again. I was really positive. The moment it was only 1-0, I was like, this is still positive. We've never seen this at the AMS, but yet again, very, very sad. And I don't think even it was a problem with the center backs. Individual mistakes. I think the goals came from the wings, Tavares, LOKONGA giving away the ball in midfield. I mean, it was very sad again, very, very sad again. So this is what needs to happen. Our next game now against Newcastle, you have to score 3 or 4. After that, against United, we cannot afford to lose that. We have to beat Southampton, and you have to try and get something away from Everton as well. Don't lose again. That's the thing. You can lose to Liverpool, but after that, you have to pick it up immediately. You have to forget about it and move on. I'm going to come to the player ratings, and I'm going to come to the player ratings. Next up, let's do the player ratings. But before that, let me take your comments, and then we'll come to the player ratings. Tavares is a good kid, but Tini should have played today. They should have both played tactical. They should have both played just to help each other on that wing. You can't leave Salah and Trent to have that much space. How many assists did Trent have? 2, because he had so much space on that side, and that free kick as well. Like, you had so much space on that side. Good performance in the first half. Koki allowed that in the first half. Don't know how we lost 4-0. We played so well to hold out almost 45 minutes. They nicked a goal despite Ramsdale heroics. Tavares' mistake for 2-0, and after that, we kind of gave up. Yeah, it's like the moment they score first and second, it's like, yeah, let them score. It's over for us. They're just better than us, and it's always that attitude, always. But yeah, to be fair, they're always better than us. They're better than us. That's why they beat United by 5 goals. That's why they beat us by 4. That's why they basically, for me this season, I'm not looking at the Liverpool, City, and Chelsea games at all. Let's try and beat the other, how many teams? 16 teams. The other teams are just way ahead of everyone. I feel like by the time we get to January, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City could be like 15 points ahead of everyone else by January. That's how open it could be. They could be ahead of everyone else by 15 points. So it will be a battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and maybe 7th between us, West Ham, maybe United, and who else? Tottenham. Maybe the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, because United, City, Chelsea, and Liverpool are gone already. You won't catch them. Look at how many goals did you concede today? 4. How many goals have Chelsea conceded the entire season? 4. So basically, in one day, in 40 minutes, we've conceded 4 goals. That is as much as Liverpool, Chelsea have conceded the entire season. How many goals have we scored this season? 13. How many goals have Liverpool scored? 35. So you can see the gap. The gap is wide in terms of goals scored, in terms of goals conceded. They are way ahead of us, those teams. So we can't match up to them. Ultimately, to be 5th, having played Liverpool, City, and Chelsea is an amazing achievement. I do agree. I was really keeping an eye on the other games, the Brightons, the United. I was hoping they'd lose so that you could stay 5th for another week, because next week we play the first game. We still have a chance to get a win and then stay in 5th for another 3-4 weeks. We still have a chance to stay in 5th. We could get ourselves in a situation where we'll be 5th for 2 months without any team being able to pass us, and without us being able to pass any team. That could be the situation by December 1st. If we beat Newcastle and we get something from United, that could be the situation. You could be somewhere, especially if we beat United, we could be in a situation where we'll be 5th for like a month without going up, without going down. The same position we got ourselves in, I think, 2 seasons ago, where we were 8th. I think we were 7th, where Burnley couldn't catch up with us from 8th, and you couldn't catch up with 6th. It's usually a lonely position where no team is going to pass us, and we can't pass any team. Even if we win, even if we lose, it's okay. But yeah, you have to pick up the wins, because we want at European football this season. I'm not too mad. We stay at 5th. We'll beat Newcastle, hopefully. If Ole stays at United, we'll beat them easy. Everton in poor form as well. I don't think Ole will be, if we were playing them in the middle of the week, then yes, I don't think he'll survive this game, Villarreal and United. I think Villarreal will beat them as well, and I think Chelsea will pump them as well. So I don't think he'll reach that game. The only positive I'd say is, can they really get a manager within the next week? Because we are playing against United in the next 10 days. And 10 days, I think 11 days, it's not even that far. We'll play against them on a Thursday. So next week, it's Champions League, Europa League football, and then the following week, you're going to play them on the Thursday. Why not? Sentiment says to the poll, neither statement, we are bang average and Liverpool are decent. They didn't play well. We was yep. So we were bang average in the 40 minutes. First 40 minutes, sentiment in the first 40 minutes. I think keeper was okay. I was seeing some energy from the likes of Tomiyasu and Gabriel. We were not allowing Salah and Mane any shots. We were nicking them right on time. But after that, obviously, it's like we gave up. It's like we just said, you know what, they're better than us. Just forget about it. We haven't dropped teams to any. We haven't dropped points to any poor team so far this season. Cookie says we need a big win versus Newcastle to return the confidence, then keep up the run versus United and Everton. 9 points out of 9 needed from the next 3. I agree. I don't think United is going to be that easy. They'll probably turn up against us. I would still take a draw at United. That is another stadium we don't do that well. I've seen it so many times as well. United lose 4 games in a row. We play them at Old Trafford. They beat us 3-0. I've seen it so many times over the years. It's always like that. The curse at Anfield, the curse at Stamford Bridge, the curse at Old Trafford, it's always there. I'm confident at Newcastle that we will win by 4. We are fighting for 4th, 90th. 90% of teams will lose to City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. We did, as long as we do well in the majority of the rest, we'll be okay. Yep, I agree. Why not? Sentiment says that the out. Come on. As the previous comment said, Liverpool has scored 35 goals against this season. Sentiment, 50 goals in total in all competitions. So they've passed a lot of managers. They made Atletico Madrid look like babies the other week. So we need 4th, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and Chelsea at the top 3. We will fight West Ham and United if they sack Ole. I'll still look at 5th and 6th. I think top 4. We have to wait and see how we bounce back from this fast. Exodus says, hi guys, we lost to a better team. Let's keep our heads high. Our keeper is a beauty to watch. 100%. We lose focus in the second half. Liverpool game plan came to work the moment we lost focus. Abu Bakr says, honestly, Arsenal need a quality player which will help them. I mean, that will take years. That will take years to reach Liverpool's level. That will take years. Like, that is a team that has been put together the last 6 years. They don't sell players. They don't buy players. The team has been together for years. Let's see. So I have to do the player ratings and then I'll come back to your comments. Slab, Peterson, I'll come back to your comments. Sentiment, Cookie. Let me do that. Let's get into the player ratings. You'll have to help me out in this because I feel like sometimes I might not be too harsh. Sometimes I might feel I'll be too harsh. So let's get into the player ratings for the game. First up, I'll go with Ramsdale. I'll give Ramsdale a 7. I think Ramsdale was pretty good yet again. Saved us, kept the scoreline to 4. Could have been 6 or 7 without Ramsdale. So I think Ramsdale did pretty well once again. I'll give him that. He made the saves in the first half, kept us in the game. Could have been easily have been 4-0 first half if it wasn't for him. So I'm going to give him that for today. Another good performance. I like his attitude. I like his approach. When he goes down, I could see Arsenal fans crying because we don't want Ramsdale to get injured. So I am going to give Ramsdale a 7 for today. Next up, we're going to go to left back. I'm going to give Tavares a 5. In the first half, he did well. I think they kept Salah quiet a bit. They did well against Trent on that wing in the first half. But in the second half, very crucial time of the game, Tavares. You cannot give away the ball at that time. 50 minutes gone, still 1-0. You still have a chance to just give away the ball. Make it so easy for them. You can't do that. And it's not just that. He also gave away another ball like later on in the game. Again, they had another chance. I think it was Mane. He gave the ball straight to Mane yet again. So you can't do that, Tavares. So I think he's even a bit lucky to get a 5. The reason I'm giving him a 5 is because Salah didn't really dominate him as I expected him to. Because Salah usually dominates the left backs like Danny Rose, like Shaw at United. He literally ripped them apart. So I think he wasn't really dominated by the mistakes, the errors. That takes away 3-4 points away from you. So Tavares gets a 5 for today. Could easily have been a 4. I would agree with you if you go for a 4. I'm going to give Tavares a 5 for today. Tomiyasu gets a 5. I think Tomiyasu was better than Tavares. I don't think he was really dominated by Mane. I think he's done better than what Bellerin has done over the years on that wing. I think he's done better than what Chambers, Mustafi, Socrates, Lichtsteiner, Debussy have done over the years on that wing. So I'm going to give Tomiyasu a 5 for today. I think he was okay. Not the best, obviously. Didn't really see a lot. But in the first half, I think he put in that cross for Saka. Saka almost scored that header, but it was cleared by Chamberlain. So Tomiyasu, I did see a bit, not as bad as the others, but I'm going to give Tomiyasu a 5. You know what? I'm actually going to give Gabriel a 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if you saw anything wrong, but I think he did well, especially in the first half. The times he was nicking the ball away from Mane, from Jota, they were clearing the ball. They were doing their job in the first half. None of the goals were his problem. First goal, maybe you could say they would have organized the defense better, maybe from the free kick. Second goal, Tavares' mistake. Third goal from Salah, we were cut open on the right side. The fourth goal, again, it was scored on the left side again. So I don't think Gabriel made any mistakes today. I think he was quite did well in the first half. I don't think any of those were his errors. So I'm going to give Gabriel a 6. Let me know if you want to give him a lower score. I'm going to give Gabriel a 6. Ben White for me gets a 5. Ben White for me gets a 5. He did lose the ball in the first half carelessly, but again, just like Gabriel, I think they did a bit well in the second half. Obviously, the goal looks a bit comical. That's why I've given him a 5. This goal looks a bit comical, and you see the likes of Ben White on the floor. I think he was on the floor for this goal, Ben White. So it was a bit chaotic again, bad memories. So Ben White gets a 5. Ben White gets a 5. The only one I want you guys to correct me on, Gabriel. Do you feel like Gabriel should be less than a 6? And do you feel Tavares should be less than a 5? Let me know. So those are the defenders. I've given Ramsdale a 7, Tavares a 5, Tomiyasu a 5, Gabriel a 6, Ben White a 5. Look a bit high. They look a bit like we won the game. You wouldn't know we lost by 4-0. Next up, let's go to our midfielder, Thomas Partey. He definitely didn't look fit at all. Partey did not look fit. It felt like we did force him a bit to play this game. I expect more from Partey. Expect him to win more balls, more headers in midfield, more fight, more through passes, more long balls, a lot more energy from Partey. You expect more from Partey. I think it was an average performance from Partey, so I'm going to give him a 5. Let's hope he gets another 1 week, because another 1 week before we play our next game. Let's hope he can recover more, because during that run, Everton United, we need Partey fit. We need him fit for those games, because we now need to get back to winning ways. Our 10 game unbeaten run is over. Let's hope after this we can go on another 8-9 game unbeaten run. It's possible. Newcastle at home, Southampton at home. West Ham is a tough game, but it's going to be at home. Leeds, we have United, we have Everton. A couple of tough games, but let's just hope it can work out. So I'm going to give Thomas Partey a 5 for today. Could have been better. He was one of the reasons why he won at Old Trafford last season. So I'm going to give him a 5. Unfortunately, his partner, that was the worst game from LOKONGA. I mean, the game today, if Xhaka recovers or Tierney on the bench, I think Tierney is looking at that game today saying, you know what, nah, I will get back my position from Tavares. And maybe Niles is looking at LOKONGA and saying, you know what, I think I'm better than that. I think I can do better than that. With that said, though, Niles came on and lost the ball as well a couple of times. LOKONGA gets a 3, terrible performance. I don't think he was ready for this game. All over the place. He was losing the ball so many times. Literally here, I've written in the 48th minute, he lost the ball. 49th minute, he lost the ball. 58th minute, he lost the ball. He lost the ball so many times. And yeah, he should probably have been taken off early. Even saw people crying for him to get taken off at halftime. Not his game, not his game. I'm not going to cut him off. I've seen some silly people saying LOKONGA out is not good enough. Forget about that. This is a team that has scored 35 goals this season. LOKONGA gets a 3 though. Individual mistakes. He did that again against Crystal Palace. So he needs to be careful. He needs to watch. That is a very important position. If we keep on losing the ball, getting your defense in a lot of trouble. You cannot do that. So LOKONGA gets a 3. That is his worst performance in the national chat so far. The next one is Saka. What do you guys think we should give Saka? I mean, we did have that chance in the first half, but it was blocked from Chamberlain. I felt like in the final third, he could have made a few better decisions. But I mean, every time he had the ball in the first half, I felt like something could happen. But I didn't see that much other than that. So I think Saka was average today. I'm going to give him a 5. You'd expect better from in the other games. But today, again, kept really, really quiet. Only had a couple of chances to counter-attack in the first half. But in the second half, for example, I did not see him at all. I did not see Saka in the second half. So I'm going to give him an average 5. He wasn't below average, didn't lose the ball or miss chances. So I'm going to give him a 5. Smith Rowe, surprised he played 90 minutes. I would have taken him off to have him fit for the next game. So Smith Rowe for today, I think I'd give him the same with Saka. I think I'd give him I think I'd give Smith Rowe an average 5, just like Saka. There wasn't all that. They didn't get opportunities to score. I thought they would get space with Alexander-Arnold up front and Tsimikas up front, but they just didn't. It was a bit of a quiet game, but you'd expect more in the upcoming games against the likes of Newcastle. So Smith Rowe gets a 5. So that's the midfield. Partey 5, LOKONGA 3, Saka average 5, Smith Rowe average 5. I don't think any of them was below average. I just think we were dominated. We did not have the touch of the ball at all. And then up front, I think it's almost the same. I think the front guys would get the same as well. Lacazette, what did you guys give Lacazette? I feel like didn't have any chances. Lacazette, are you guys looking at Lacazette like I'm seeing him? Because I don't feel like he's a goal scorer these days. I just feel like we put him there to just work out. I don't think like he's a goal scorer these days. In the first half, though, he did have, I think, one opportunity or something. But again, very, very quiet performance. Gave away a couple of dodgy fouls, but he was working hard again. I know people will say working hard is something everyone has to do, but you've seen it. Many people don't do it anyway. So I'm going to give Lacazette again an average 5. I don't think any of them was below average. The moment I give the strikers below average or midfielders, usually it means they've missed a lot of chances or they were so quiet, they were walking around. I don't think Lacazette was walking around. They think he was working hard, but we just didn't have the ball. Most of the ball was in our own penalty area, unfortunately. So Lacazette gets a 5. Aubameyang did have that one chance from a tight angle with Van Dijk marking him. So I'm going to give him a 5 as well. Not below average, but I didn't see anything from him, unfortunately. Aubameyang gets a 5 as well. So Saka 5, Smith Rowe 5, Lacazette 5, Aubameyang 5. A lot of 5s there. A lot of 5s there. I'm looking at the goals again. I'm trying to see who was marking Mane for the first goal. That whipping from Trent. We were zonal marking again. I think the closest guy to him was Gabriel, and Gabriel in front of him and Tomiyasu behind him. So Tavares again, won the ball nicely from Trent Alexander-Arnold and then gave it away to Jota. Jota did, he put Ben White on the floor and he finished that very, very well against Ramsdale. Very, very easy goal for Jota, to be fair. That was an easy goal, very, very composed finish. I'm trying to see which guys made the mistakes. So those are the player ratings. Ramsdale did get the highest rating today, 7. Let's see the third goal. Tsimikas header, Jota through pass. That was Ben White who let Mane get in behind him too easily. That was too easy. So that was way too easy. Where was Tomiyasu for that goal? Because Tomiyasu is the one who's supposed to be with Mane. But yeah, that was too easy. That was too easy. So I'd actually understand if you dropped Ben White, but I gave Ben White a 5 anyway. And then the Mane goal again, Mane through again to Salah, to Trent Alexander-Arnold, cross. He was I don't know Tomiyasu where Tomiyasu was for the third and fourth goal. So I don't know. I'd be okay if he dropped this to a 4. I'd be okay if he dropped, I'd be happy if he dropped this to a 4 as well from Tavares. I'd also be happy if he dropped the LOKONGA score to, I didn't give Tavares, I gave Tavares a 5. So yeah, those are the player ratings. Who came from the bench? Odegaard, did he really have anything to do? I don't think so. I'm going to give Odegaard 4. I'm going to give him a 5, average 5. Odegaard gets an average 5. Niles doesn't get a 5. He came on and lost the ball twice. Could have been 5 or 6 goals. So I'm going to give Niles a 4. And who was the last player to come in? I don't even remember. I know Partey went off. Was it Elneny? Did Elneny come in? I think Elneny came. At that time, I was just let's just wait for Newcastle. So Elneny gets an average 5 as well. Now, the manager will be a tough one. Now listen, you guys were saying you're okay with us going in the same lineup because it has been working. Personally, I'd have gone for a back 5. I think at halftime I'd have taken out LOKONGA for someone else. I think the first 40 minutes we did well. LOKONGA for Niles probably. So I'm not going to speak much about that. I'm going to do another different video for that. I'm going to give it a 4 for today. I think we all held on well in the first 40 minutes. I think it was brave for him to go with that starting lineup, but again, we've been peppered again away at Anfield. So he showed a bit of fight against Klopp, but that was it really. In terms of the tactics on the pitch and the players, they were way ahead of us. So Arteta could be a 3 or a 4. Nothing higher than that. I don't think anything less than that. So those are the player ratings. Let me take the last few comments. Let's see. Cookie says, how can you be out? That is too why not sentiment. We've won 10 of our last 11. results are different to consistent bad results like the United form. We will struggle against Newcastle. I don't think so. Sentiments. Now, if we struggle against Newcastle like we did today, then the match reaction won't be as calm as this, obviously. Newcastle could be drawn now. We need to beat them by 3. Least, minimum, we have to beat them by 3. Ultimately, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea are simply miles better than everyone, really, everyone, for the last 5-6 years. Even for us to win today going above Liverpool, the last time we were above Liverpool even for one day should have been years ago. Let's say Ramsdale did play the best game of his life, would have been 7-0 if somebody else was in goal. Yep. But Arteta has passion, tactical awareness, good subs, good starting 11s. Subs I'm not sure about. He can do so much. Conte is finished. Let's see. I don't care about Tottenham right now. All I know is if Arteta wasn't here, we would have gotten something from that game like Brighton, Brentford, West Ham. Sentiment, the Brentford game, the players who played the Brentford game, 9 of those players are not playing for us right now. We had Chambers on the pitch. We had Balogun. We had, was Kolasinac playing in that game? Leno. I mean, come on. No one who played in that game was there right now. How do you blame Arteta? We were 1-0 down, could have gotten good results, but Tavares made a mistake. Hey, listen, everyone has their own opinion, Cookie. So I won't judge anyone's opinion. Exeter said we lost focus. Ramsdale was brilliant from Slab. Peterson says, Glenn, we lack competitive strikers to put opponents under pressure, so let's forget that game. I mean, listen, even if Lacazette and Aubameyang scored 3 goals, we still have lost the game. So I think it's just all round. They're just better than us in pressing. They have better players. They have a better manager, probably. That's why I can agree with you. Sentiment, they have a better team. They have better achievements. They have a bigger aim, as in literally everything is better. It was good shame he has to be man of the match most games as Arteta plays unsensible football. So I'm going to go for Ramsdale man of the match. Definitely disappointing at the end of the day. We'll do more breakdowns to this. I'll hear what other people have to say as well, what the pundits have to say. I know what they're going to say. Again, it's just Arsenal again, always losing to Liverpool. I know what they're going to say as usual. They didn't say that when United lost 5 goals and all those other teams, but yeah. Smash the like button if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube. I'll be back again as always. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.